All right, so I'm about 80 kgs, and that's 2920, and the truck is 27. Depends on how much junk I have in the truck too. I like that truck. I'd like to just drive that around just the way it is, like how Mad Max it is. Like, I don't want to work with it. I just want to drive it around for fun. I go park it like beside like the smallest like little electric cars and stuff. You know? Like, I wouldn't roll coal on anybody because that's an asshole thing to do. If you haven't seen people rolling coal on like Priuses and stuff, like, it's funny because it's funny, but it's like that's somebody's freaking property, you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, I don't like Priuses that much. Well, I don't hate them. I don't see myself driving one, right? But if the price is right, I mean, they are good cars. They get a bad rap because it's not that they get a bad rap because they're bad cars. It's they get a bad rap because of the people who drive the do-gooder, that I'm better than you because I care about the environment, when they have no idea how toxic batteries are. You know, like, you know, don't even get me started on that stuff, right? Because I just, there was something else I'd never even occurred to me. But back in the 1950s, okay, a lot of jets that got replaced, they didn't get replaced because the jets were no good. They got replaced because of pilots getting irradiated from the instruments. Oh, she's doing a good job. That lady works so hard. Hats off to her. She busts her ass in here every day. Thank you. Hey, when you see somebody who works that hard, you got to respect them, you know, especially in this kind of weather. But anyway, yeah, so the pilots were going sterile, and they couldn't figure out why are the pilots all going sterile. And it was the instruments in the cockpit that were just full of they were becoming radioactive. There was, you know, just not enough to like make you pee green, but I'm gonna get out and see where I'm backing into, because you never know around here what's on the ground. So, and they don't have to be matching gloves, they just have to be gloves. These will do. Let's see if I need it. And yeah, that's what ended up happening. I'll just move this thing. Oh, I wish I had this big thing in the it's not as heavy as I thought it was going to be. Oh, that's hot. Hot. I know who threw that there. I know who put that engine over there too, and transmission. I know the guy. Apparently he's very handsome. I think that guy was me. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Now, so they like, for example, Canada's CF100. Yeah, even the simulators they got rid of because the instruments in it were making pilots sterile, right? So what they ended up doing, stop when I hear the crunch, question mark? What they ended up doing was, you know, replacing those with other instruments, right? But you were left with all these airplanes and stuff like that. So what caught that was, you know, regulation, right? You know, hey, we noticed a problem, and it's exactly what I didn't want to do with my tires. But yeah, so the whole point is that these electric vehicles, you're sitting on top of a big ass several thousand amp hour, you know, battery, right? Which is going to create a gigantic field coil while you're driving. And what are the, you know, like, you're basically, your nuts are right above a field coil. So, you know, like, is that going to contribute to sterilization? Who knows, right? Is it going to contribute to like leukemia for kids? I mean, like, these are serious questions here, because, you know, and I'm not one of those people that hates on electric vehicles for the sake. There's a lot of people who do it just because they, you know, like they think it's the in thing to do. For 100 years, 150 years, people are saying, oh, the oil companies are keeping electric vehicles from us because, you know, that we could have all electric vehicles. They had electric vehicles in the late 1800s, which is true, they did. They just weren't efficient, right? That pile got big. That pile got big. And anyway, the point is that we don't know what the full effects of that's going to be, right? And I have a hunch it's probably not going to be good. Look at that big chunk of aluminum. Oh. Well, anyway, let's get this show on the road.